on Saturday. As disappointing as it was, it doesn't sting like it does Chelsea. With it on Monday morning. On Monday morning, I was over it, mate.
Oh,
I was over it. Yeah, I was done. I was done with it, mate. Over it.
No, I was
done.
It broke my heart, mate. I have to say, I built myself up.
It was upsetting.
I
it
built
was
myself
disappointing.
up for it.
But you move on, mate. You move on.
I know, but it's the same old rubbish. I get my hopes up with England.
Oh yeah,
I get my hopes up with Southgate.
Oh my God!
I'm used to it with Tottenham. That's why I thought England might have helped me out.
When was the last time you saw your team or anything you support win anything? You must have been playing.
Yeah, I played. and I was watching that as well.
Oh my word!
Yeah, it's like 15 years ago. It's pathetic.
Yeah, so you must be hardened to it now. You must be. You must be so thick-skinned.
But you know what? I was with England, but I'd started to come around to it again. You know, like I'd gotten bored with the whole, you know, the club feel, everyone getting around England, Southgate. You know, the songs. I'm up dancing with all the fans, and again, they just break your heart. They just break your heart.
Oh, she's a cruel mistress, mate.
I know,
she is, honestly. She sucks you in and thinks, here we go, we're going to win, and then next thing,
all
the
this
rug
nonsense
is
about
pulled.
Southgate, and here's my take on it, all right? I like him. I think he's done a good job. He's brought everyone together, the clubs, the feel, the players, they like him, but he's not an elite manager. And when it comes to the crunch, when it comes to the big games, when it matters, semi-finals, quarterfinals, finals, the best managers get it over the line. You see it in the Champions League, you see it in FA Cups, the best managers like Klopp, like Guardiola, like Mourinho, they find a way to win trophies. And that problem with Southgate, he is not an elite manager. So he can't find a way to get it over the line.
Are we doing it now? Are we doing this now?
Well, I just want to get it that way.
So get it that way. So here's what. Do you know what? I agree with you. But I think he's deserved, because there's 18 months to go, and I'm not sure there is a replacement that's prepared to go in that's going to do it right now. Unless he walks away, then the FA have a problem. But I don't disagree with you at all, because it does feel all too familiar. Similar sort of scenarios. But it's easy when you look back over. Look, penalty kicks have killed us last two tournaments, right? They have. They killed us last two tournaments. Kane don't miss. I mean, if Kane stepped up, right, if there's one person on the planet you want one Englishman on the planet you want taking a pen, you're going to go for Kane.
I don't agree with people saying that he should have give up the penalty and give it to someone else. No way, because if Southgate puts his hand up and says no, Kane, I don't want you taking another penalty, take him off it, and then that player misses.
Can you imagine?
There is riots. There's riots.
And people
Kane has to take that penalty.
Okay, we agree on something there. It was a bit too all familiar. I thought we played well. I thought we were the better side, but it's about taking chances. I thought Kane was. I thought Maguire could have done better on the goal. I don't think they were brilliant, France, but they were more clinical in front of goal than us. I mean,
in-game management, Jace. I'm sorry, in-game management again. Raheem Sterling. He's been back in England. Comes back to Qatar.
I agree with that.
Doesn't train and plays.
No, I thought that was a poor. I thought that was a strange decision. Right, I agree. Felt decisions could have been made earlier, but
this
at
is
that
the
time,
problem. That is the issue with Southgate.
But at that time, we were on top. And it wasn't. We were on top. The goal came against the runner play. It did. Their second goal.
If we're on top, put on a player who scored 3 goals in a competition in Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, but it's easy. See, I've never heard anyone have a bad game after the result.
Yeah, but
you're so easy.
Everyone
should do this. Should do that.
Everyone's looking at that going, hold on, Sterling.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree. But listen, Southgate, so people talk about a foreign manager. I said last night, I don't care what nationality it is, but I was listening to talkSPORT today. A number of people have put, I think, valid arguments across to say why they think it should be. Sam Wallace, I think it was on H&J, was talking about why he believes it should be our best against your best. And I think there's some validity in that. I think there is an argument to be had. Right now, though, if Southgate goes, who is the next best option? Eddie Howe ain't leaving Newcastle anytime soon. I don't see that.
No.
I don't see Potter leaving Chelsea anytime soon. So who's the next cab off the rank?
No, I agree. There isn't an England manager out there available. There's not an obvious
choice, is there?
No.
There's not.
Steven Gerrard would be the only one. You'd say maybe.
Well, I mean, you talk about winners. You talk about someone that knows how to get things done.
He has won a league in Scotland. I know, but
if that's the criteria, then we can.
No, I know. Look, I'm not disagreeing with
Brendan Rodgers is another one you look at. Go vastly experienced, British style manager. I know he's not English for anyone. Okay, but they talk about British style manager. I don't think
they've got to be English. I disagree with that argument. To me, it doesn't matter whether they're English or not. It's the best man for the job. Is he going to bring the best out of the players? Is he going to organise the crop of players that he's got in the right way? Is he going to play the style of football that England want to see? And if that's the case, who cares what nationality they are?
So we've been down this road. Capello, best man for the job. An absolute disaster. Sven couldn't get past the semi-final. The best 2 chances we had since '66. Bobby Robson, semi-final. Gareth Southgate, semi-final to final. So actually, the English managers have actually done better than the 2 foreign ones we've had so far.
Right, but that doesn't mean we can't have a foreign manager.
I know what I'm
again.
saying is, though, the argument to say we can go foreign, actually, the FA have made bad choices. At the time, Capello comes in, Sven comes in. Everyone's thinking this is the way forward, the golden generation. There's an I can see both, but if you listen to Sam Wallace saying that he just genuinely believes for it to be an international tournament, England v France, England v Morocco, whoever it is, it has to be our best v your best. And I think there is an argument in that. But it comes down to whether. I hope Southgate gets another 18 months' time. He takes the Euros. I think he deserves it. I personally.
Why does he deserve it, Jace?
Because of how close he has come, and right now it's only 18 months.
We've lost to every team that we've been on.
His record's not
on
great.
par with.
His record's not great, but it's not like
we've only won games that we should have won.
It ain't in Iceland.
I mean, it doesn't.
It's not 4-1 against Germany.
It's a different England squad, Jace. It's a better team.
Well, sorry,
it's a better group of players. All these players now are playing Champions League football.
What about the golden generation who got knocked out by Germany? I think that there is an argument to be said. Personally, I would keep Gareth for another tournament.
Only because there's not someone good enough available.
Yeah, well, that's a great argument, right? If we had...
Well, what about Thomas Tuchel? What about Pochettino?
Pochettino, what's he won?
Well, he's won the league.
Where?
In France.
I mean, honestly, you want to get some of this...
Thomas Tuchel. We telling you wouldn't have Thomas Tuchel in charge.
No, if Southgate moves on, the FA aren't going to go down that route yet, right? Are you sacking Gareth Southgate for Tuchel? Is that what you're doing?
If that was a possibility, I would. Sacking's a hard thing to say.
Well, no, are you sacking?
Because I don't think he deserves the sack, but he said he might step away.
If he walks away, then we come back to this conversation.
I think he has took this group of players as far as he can take them.
I hear you.
He's had 3 major tournaments and he's fallen short on every occasion.
Yes, he has.
So if it was any other manager, I think people will be now saying it's time to move on.
If it's a top 6 club, then he probably gets
We
sacked,
were one of the favourites of the tournament. We haven't beat a team where we should have won games.
Yeah, his record against the top big heads is pretty.
The only reason I'm saying keep him in charge now is because the Euros are 18 months away.
But this squad, the vast majority of it, this squad is going to be in the Euros in 18 months. Yeah, it's only 18 months. That's all it is. 18 months' time.
Oh, you can have your say on it. 03717 22 33 44. But let's go to GJ, who's a Spurs fan. All right, GJ?
How doing, guys? You all right?
Yeah, good. Look, we were discussing a little bit earlier on about Messi being the greatest now. He's putting an unbelievable performance against Croatia tonight. He's just put a masterclass tournament. Does he need to win the final on Sunday to be classed as the greatest player ever, or is that debate finished now?
There is the debate will always go on because all you can be is the best in your era. Pelé was the best of his era. Maradona was the best of his era. And as far as this era is concerned, Cristiano Ronaldo is dead. Messi's finished him. Messi, and I've known this for years, Messi is clearly the best of this era. So as far as I'm concerned, there's 3 kings of football: Messi, Maradona and Pelé. You can take your pick. Any answer of who's the greatest ever is acceptable out of those 3.
Well, yeah, look, the argument for me is Maradona. You know, Maradona's won the World Cup, similar type of player as Lionel Messi. He's done things very close to what Messi has done. The only thing that Messi hasn't done is won the World Cup. So that's where the argument comes in.
I would argue back at that as Messi's longevity at the top. He's been at the top for 15, 20 years. Also, his goal-scoring record. Also, Maradona never won the Copa America, by the way. People forget that. People look at 3 games in 1986, and don't get me wrong, Maradona was a genius. But, I mean, and another thing people forget is they say, like, Maradona was all about, 1986 was all about Maradona. That team in 86 and in 1990, which reached the final, I think they only conceded about 3 goals in total over those 2 World Cups. They had a great defence. But I just want to move past that, just because I'm a Spurs fan.
Yeah.
Harry Kane, I love Harry Kane. Obviously, I'm a season ticket holder.
Mm-hmm.
We need to move on past him. Because,
what do you mean?
Hold on, GJ. Hold on, GJ. What?
Yeah, okay. So, guys, right, how many big games has Harry Kane delivered for Spurs or England?
How many big games has he played in for Spurs?
Well, he's played in a few finals. I understand, yeah, but come on, GJ. He's the best. He's the best striker we've got.
What are you suggesting?
What are you saying? Dropping him out of a big game? What are you saying?
Well, put it this way, right?
He's been excellent. He's been excellent in the World Cup.
He's been good in the World Cup.
No, he's been excellent.
Okay,
Sorry.
Here's my point, right? So you guys watched obviously the France game. Why was Jordan Henderson leading the press and not Harry Kane? Harry Kane's our striker. He should be the one leading the press. Jordan Henderson is a year older than Harry Kane. He was the one with the lungs pressing their defence to you know what I mean? I'm thinking Harry Kane. I love Harry Kane. Of course, it goes without saying I'm a Spurs fan, but I'm thinking Harry Kane, mate. You know, in the big games, where are you? And he hasn't got the acceleration he's 29 now. In 4 years' time, he's going to be 33. So, in my opinion,
what about the Euros, GJ?
What, in 2 years' time?
It's in 18 months.
18 months. Yeah.
Harry Kane starts in that for you?
Would you guys start him?
Well, look, 18 months is a long time, and right now, who would you play ahead of him? Who is the next? Again, I say cab off the rank as far as England strikers go. Who is it? There isn't one.
Jason, mate, I'm with you. Because this is how we need to evolve. There needs to be a striker or a centre forward who can press the back four. I'm totally with you. But as an England fan, right? I'm looking at Foden. I'm looking at Bellingham. I'm looking at Greek.
They're the future.
Yeah, they're the future, of course, GJ. Yeah, look, GJ, they're the future. I understand that, but for me, Harry Kane is still one of the best strikers in the world. He's missed a penalty. I think he's had an excellent World Cup. I'm not here to dig out Harry Kane, that's for sure.